In the grand amphitheater of existence, we walk through life not merely as spectators, but as actors, writers, and directors of our own story. Each scene we live is shaped not only by our choices, but also by the people we choose to let into our lives. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, and Zeno, did not write about people in tweets or complain in taverns. They wrote for the soul. They asked not, "Who do I like?" but "Who helps me live wisely?" In a time of marble and empire, in the quiet shade of fig trees or on the steps of ancient marketplaces, these men spoke of clarity, reason, and virtue. They urged us to protect our peace as one would protect a temple. And so, through the lens of Stoicism, we explore a vital question: who are the people we must learn to avoid, not with hatred, not with cruelty, but with discernment? 1. The complainer. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. You recognize them the moment they enter a room. Before they even sit down, they are already unloading. The weather is terrible, the traffic was unbearable, their boss is clueless, the coffee too weak, the system unfair, and life in general intolerable. The complainer doesn't just observe problems, they amplify them. They turn the mundane into misery, the neutral into negativity. Their constant discontent is a slow poison, dissolving hope, dimming clarity, and fogging your mental horizon. A Stoic sees things as they are, neither worse nor better than necessary. But the complainer distorts reality. They live in resistance to what is. To be clear, venting is human, suffering is real. But when complaint becomes habit and negativity becomes identity, it no longer serves expression, it becomes manipulation. Stoic practice: observe without absorbing. Be like a rock in the river. Let the waters of complaint flow past you, but do not let them shape you. Offer compassion, but not your energy. Ask yourself, are you echoing their voice in your own head hours later? If so, step back. Their burden is not yours to carry. 2. The drama magnet. It's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgment about them. Epictetus. Every small inconvenience becomes an opera. A friend not replying becomes betrayal. A delay in plans is a personal attack. Their life seems like a series of emotional earthquakes, and they expect you to stand in the rubble with them. The drama magnet doesn't want resolution, they crave reaction. They pull you in, center you in their storm, and suddenly you find yourself exhausted by problems that were never yours to begin with. To a Stoic, drama is noise. Life is already brief. Why fill it with false urgency? Stoic practice. Practice emotional detachment. It is not indifference, it is clarity. You can care deeply and still not be consumed. Be selectively unavailable. Do not attend every emotional invitation. Remember, the more you allow unnecessary conflict into your life, the less space you have for true harmony. 3. The naysayer. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. Seneca. The naysayer doesn't raise concerns out of wisdom, but out of fear. They are allergic to risk, uncomfortable with ambition, and threatened by possibility. Every time you share an idea, they smirk. Every time you dream, they shoot it down with cynicism disguised as logic. Their favorite phrase: "That won't work." But behind their criticism lies a subtle truth. Your courage reminds them of their stagnation. Your momentum confronts their inertia. A Stoic does not surround themselves with flatterers, but neither do they tolerate the willful rejection of growth. The naysayer can't see the road forward because they never look up from the ground. Stoic practice. When confronted by a naysayer, do not argue. Instead, ask, how would you do it better? This forces them into a constructive position or exposes their lack of depth. Remember, criticism can be a mirror or a wall. Choose only the mirrors that reflect your growth. 4. The victim. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. The victim is not someone who suffers. We all suffer. The victim is someone who chooses suffering as an identity. They wear misfortune like a crown. They speak of life not as something they shape, but something that shapes them. Every defeat is final. Every wound is proof that the world is against them. The problem isn't their pain, it's their refusal to heal. And here lies the danger. The more you try to lift them, the more you sink into their narrative. You risk becoming the permanent rescuer, forever bound to their helplessness. Stoic practice. Offer kindness without becoming their crutch. Listen, but don't live inside their story. Be a reminder of possibility, not a witness to their endless tragedy. Ask yourself, are you empowering them to rise or enabling them to stay down? 5. The toxic positivist. Life is neither good nor evil, but only a place for good and evil. Marcus Aurelius. At first, they seem radiant. They glow with good vibes only energy, dismiss all negativity, and offer sunshine at every turn. But stay long enough, and you'll notice the shadows beneath the light. The toxic positivist doesn't allow pain. They don't want truth, only comfort. To them, grief is weakness, doubt is betrayal, and hardship is failure. They reject the full range of human experience. A Stoic embraces what is, both joy and sorrow. Strength is not the absence of pain, but the ability to stand within it without crumbling. Stoic practice. Accept all emotions without judgment. Do not fake joy. Do not hide sadness. Engage the toxic positivist with grounded truth. Say, I don't need to feel good right now. I need to be real. Remember, a tree that grows only toward the sun will fall in the first storm. Roots are grown in darkness. 6. The manipulator. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. The manipulator is subtle. They do not shout or demand. They charm. They flatter. They rewrite your decisions without you realizing. You find yourself doing things for them, not because you want to, but because you feel you should. They cast you in a play you never auditioned for, and before long, you're reading lines you don't believe in. To the Stoics, manipulation is a theft of autonomy, a corruption of integrity. It is one of the gravest offenses to the self. Stoic practice. Use the technique of fogging. Agree with the parts that are true. Ignore the emotional bait. Refuse to react out of guilt or the need for approval. Pause. Choose. Remind yourself you are not a supporting character in their story. You are the author of your own. 7. The time vampire. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca. They don't seem harmful, just talkative. They want to catch up, to pick your brain, to share one more thing. And suddenly, an hour is gone, then a day, then a year. The time vampire steals your most precious resource, your attention. They don't always mean harm, but they leave you depleted, distracted, derailed. To the Stoics, time is sacred. Every moment is an opportunity to live with purpose. Stoic practice. Be ruthless with your schedule. Set boundaries. End conversations with grace but firmness. Try the Pomodoro technique. Say no often. Mantra: if it doesn't serve your purpose, it doesn't deserve your time. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus